This is Nikhil along with Sara from the Media Club IIT BHU. Today we have with us Mr. Ravi Teja, an alumnus of IIT BHU who is the co-founder and CEO of iMumz. iMumz is a complete guide and solution app for pregnancy and parenting and has also been recognized as the second best healthcare app by the government of India. Hello sir. Could you
Hi Nikhil.
could you please tell us something about yourself and about the app?
Sure, Nikhil. Sure. So it's a pleasure to be with again students of my college and interacting. I've been there, interacted with so many awesome seniors and learned a lot. So I'm so happy to be on the other side of the table today and happy to share all my views. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering and master's in industrial management. One quick thing, I really love to build stuff right from my school days. So in the school, I tried to be the club leader and I tried to assume leadership positions. And IIT BHU gave me a very wonderful opportunity after my graduation. I took an unconventional path. I appeared in my campus placements, but at the end of my college journey, I joined Art of Living International Center as a volunteer and explored myself and built tech vertical and outreach programs with Art of Living. We started iMumz closely in last 18 months, and it's been super exciting journey as an entrepreneur.
Okay, thank you, sir. So moving further, what motivated you to start this app? How did it all start?
Yeah, so this is a question which I get very frequently. I'm not even married, as a young bachelor. Why you want to start a pregnancy or a parenting application? This is the question I get from our users, any partnerships we collaborate with, the investors who invested in and going to invest in the company. So this is the question I get everywhere. So one thing which motivated me a lot to start this initiative, it's not a single event, but there are sequences of events. So in my college, I tried a meditation program led by Art of Living organization. So I was, I felt I'm like a pretty sorted guy, but doing Art of Living program and learning Sudarshan Kriya, that opened a different channel in me. I sort of explored mindfulness, and as an individual, I realized the potential of mindfulness on you, how big impact it can make in you. And one of my gurus, Rajesh Jigesia ji, who taught me how to meditate, is a very senior instructor at Art of Living. I've decided to join him and be with him after my college. And then one small incident happened, a story which actually made us all think. So we went to one of our friend's house, and there we saw two kids, Aryan and Ajay. Both are brothers. The younger one and the elder one, there is a lot of difference between both the kids. Like they have just 2 years age difference, but the younger one is very sharp, very calm, yet very active. The elder one is quite opposite. And this is quite evident when you see both the brothers. Someone can say the difference very simply. Then we asked the mother, what is the difference? And the mother said in the first pregnancy, she was a lot stressed. She was not able to handle her career, her household chores, everything together. In this second pregnancy, she was more positive. She signed up for meditation program. She started her mindful journey, and she gave mindful parenting and pregnancy. Right, that's what she went through. And then we studied. We were amazed. Like 9 months of pregnancy, can it make such an impact on the future generation? Right. And then we studied so much about pregnancy. We met so many experts, and then we realized this is the best form of health intervention we can do. This is the best impact which we can create on the future generation to make the future generation healthier, happier, and smarter. This is the way forward. So when we realized that actually driven us, motivated us to do this. And what motivates me today, the positive feedback from thousands of mothers on a daily basis. They saying that I'm being better and I'm making my better on a daily basis. That is what is motivating the entire team of iMumz today.
Okay. That's quite impressive and motivating, sir. Okay, so what problems did you confront at each stage of the process, and how did you cope up with the problems throughout the journey?
Yeah, so I would say one thing. I always have this comparison. A journey of an entrepreneur is very glamorous to the outer world. right? Somebody got this funding, they tweeted this, they got these many retweets. It's so glamorous. It's as glamorous as an IITian getting a 1.5 crore package, right? It's not the entire truth. Only few folks get a package like 1.5 CR, and that too not total cash component. This is entire, glorify. We take some aspects of entrepreneurship or any journey and we do just glorify it. But entrepreneurship journey is super duper challenging, and like any other startup founders, I've gone through many challenges. So the first and foremost challenge, when you have an idea, right? When you have a vision, right? How to execute is very tough, right? Finding out what works with the users is very tough. You have an idea, there is a problem of the user, and you created a value proposition. Having a match between two is very challenging. Many entrepreneurs, they think that, this idea, I'll make it work. There is nothing in the idea, right? So going through that process and is very tough. Finding out what works with the users is an iterative process. We'll fail a lot before we find the exact thing which works with the users. So that is very frustrating, and you have to have a lot of endurance to go through that process, right? That this is one big challenge. Second challenge, not many will support you in the initial phase of your journey, right? Not even your close ones. Every day is a challenging journey in the startup journey, and that's the best part of it.
Since its release, iMumz has received quite positive responses from the users and has been a great success. So from here, how do you plan to move forward, and what are your overarching goals regarding the app?
Launched, even we were exploring what is the right way to build and scale. Now iMumz has very high engagement and retention and lot of user love compared to other competitors. Going ahead, currently we have close to 4 lakh installs in the last 18 months. Now in the next 12 months itself, we are going to scale this to 10x. We are aiming at a scale of 3 to 3.5 million cumulative users under next 12 months. And going ahead, currently we have a digital health program which women can follow in their pregnancy and parenting. We are launching more and more offerings. We are launching a very personalized coaching offering in pregnancy where women can have their own personal team, a experts team to take care of her health. So we are getting deep into personalization, and after 12 months, we are planning to expand globally and become the one-stop solution for all the maternal health and parenting needs across the globe.
So, despite your hectic schedule, how do you ensure to keep learning stuff in order to stay on the top of the things?
Learning is super duper important. You will get swarmed with so many tasks as someone running a startup. Not just founders, but everyone in a startup team in general. It's very hard to upskill yourself. We all know this quadrant of urgency and important. Every task can be put into these 4 buckets: urgent, important, not important but urgent, not urgent but important, not important, and not urgent. So we usually deprioritize the tasks which are important but not urgent, and constantly upskilling yourself is definitely one of them. So I personally see, we all read this stuff that CEOs read 4 books a month, a book every week. I don't know how they successfully do that, but I personally try to read at least 2 books a week, 2 books a month. I have my huge reading list, and I try to stay at least 30-40 pages before I sleep. I try to keep the gadgets away and read 30-40 pages before I sleep. But most importantly, in a startup, learning automatically happens because it gives you the opportunity to interact with smartest people. So we are constantly in touch with so many consultants, other founders, right? So peer-to-peer learning happens by default. And for me, if you ask, I do 2 things. One, I schedule no agenda calls with other founders, industry experts, just to have random chit chat over the weekends. So I try to catch up with new folks who are doing great job across industries, and I try to read as much as I can in the areas of my own interest. So this is super important, and this is what everyone, irrespective of wherever they are, should do to constantly improve their knowledge and skill.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I would like Sarah to continue further with the questions.
So the next question is that it's obvious that the process of taking iMumz to where it is now wasn't easy. There must have been many drags and downers. So, how did you emotionally and mentally lift yourself and your teammates during tougher times?
Yeah, great question, Sarah. Usually, this is something which people don't speak about. And I'll also, before answering this question, I also want to tell this importance. See, whatever you're doing, it's very important to form a peer group and discuss these emotional challenges. Because whatever happening in your mind is the reflection of your work in the external world. For example, you're working for a college fest. It's very important to have a like-minded group of 4 or 5 folks and discuss all these emotional challenges as well. So I am currently trying to do that with 2, 3 more like-minded founders where we be vulnerable to each other and discuss the challenges. So coming to your question, Sarah, the challenges are very high. I mean, there are really good challenges which everyone will face. I don't want to talk about myself. It's a generic statement that there are obvious challenges. One thing which motivates us all the time is the reflection. See, we did something, the reflection and the ROI of our efforts. For example, in the initial days, it was very challenging. There was no app and we don't know how. We're just figuring out how to provide value to the users. So I and Mayur, we were standing outside the clinics of gynecologists, and when pregnant women were coming out, we used to talk to them. We used to stop them and discuss and talk to them. And we did that consistently for 2.5 months and spoke to at least 120, 150 people, right? And many people, they don't give ears to us, right? And then we collected some numbers, we started sending something, and we stopped that because we thought it's not working. Then suddenly one day, we collected the numbers, we started sending some messages which we found, which we thought helpful for them, but that didn't work. We stopped it, and one day one user came back and said, why have you stopped this, guys? Like, this is the most important part of my pregnancy. This is helping me. Can you please continue this? So just that receiving one message gave me so much energy to, bounce back myself, right? And you will get automatically charged up. That is one thing. Second, I am lucky to have a mentor in my life. Rajesh Jigesia ji, one of the co-founders of iMumz app, and my personal mentor for the last six plus years. So he has been phenomenally supportive. So you have a guide and a mentor whom you can fall back on. Discuss your hardest challenges, and you can open up yourself too. That will make a huge difference. Third thing I would say, even when I'm stressful, I try to take 15-20 minutes aside and try to do a guided meditation and then jump back to my tasks. So decompressing from this stress will improve the quality time in my life, and it will help me to handle things better. So I would say have a peer group, have a mentor, find a guide, find a mentor, whomever you can rely and trust and share, right? Try to meditate and try to see the bright side of your efforts. When you see your efforts are fructifying and making an impact, that will give a lot of energy back, right? Many times we discard that, we don't see the bright side of it.
Would you like to share an experience or a situation where things didn't go as planned, and then how did you successfully tackle it?
There are so many tasks at hand which don't go as planned, and you keep on doing that. I don't have any generic situation to that, but this happens a lot of time, right? So I personally try to zoom out the situation and think. So this is a general statement which worked for me. I honestly don't do it all the times. I couldn't do it all the times, but zooming out from that situation and seeing a bigger picture and going back would help. So for that, do something totally different. Just forget about that situation. Go relax, go for a run, or watch only one episode of your favorite TV show, not binge watch. So do something just to come out of it. And ideation happens when the brain is at rest, mind is at rest. That is when Eureka moment starts. And with gathered new energy, then go back to your work. That is the best I could figure out till date.
How do you define success? Or what does success looks like to you at each stage of the process?
Okay, I honestly never gave a thought about it. How does success looks? So ultimately, fine. So we wanted something, right? So we define things, right? We want to be here, and we attribute success to it, right? So In real sense, I think success always exists, depending upon our perception. But in general, I would say we have goals, we work for that, we achieve or didn't achieve, and that is how the general perception of success is. But I don't know. I really can't define success. What success is? Whatever works for you, I would say. I would want to leave this question actually.
Being on the development end, what are your expectations from the audience and the users of this app?
So I think it's a totally different way we see. So I have a very favorite quote from Jeff Bezos. He would ask the employees to be afraid of the users, right? Be afraid of the users. That's the statement he makes to all the employees. We know that Amazon tries to be one of the the best customer-centric companies in the world. So why? See, it's you have to live to the expectation of audience, not you should expect from audience. But specific to our company, what we expect from the audience is to have a healthy lifestyle, to be better educated about their pregnancy and parenting journey and take informed decisions. This is what we want from audience. Be better informed, take better choices, and lead a healthy life, because that is going to impact the future generation, right? This is what we expect from the audience, and we are here to make that easier for them, right? You can't expect them to do what you say. So we have to understand what are blocking them to take that actions and unblock them and make it easier for them. So ideally it should work reverse. What are users expecting out of us, we should be living up to the expectations. But what we want, their health and their baby's health.
If you would be allowed to start all over again, is there anything that you would like to do differently?
Many things. So if I was starting again, things would have been much faster. Like, you've tried these 4 or 5 things, this never worked. This is the 6th thing which worked. Do that for the first time. So whatever time it took for me till whatever small development we made, it would have taken much shorter time. But I wouldn't change the course, I honestly think. I think we figured out a good way to help pregnant women and new parents. Whatever we created in terms of everything, in terms of value proposition, in terms of business model, in terms of the larger impact we're creating. So I would not change anything, but things would have been much faster.
Since many of the college students would be watching this interaction, so is there any word of advice that you would like to give to all of us?
Sure, I would love to share a few things. I'm giving general advices. Some of them might not be feasible in this pandemic era. So I know that most of you first yearites and second yearites currently in your hometowns. So first thing I would say, there are some things which I have done and I'm proud of in college, and something I couldn't do, but I would go and suggest. One thing, explore yourself. This is a very generic statement everyone would say. What do I mean by explore yourself? Find something and go crazy, go all out. Feel that going all out sense once in your college life for something. You are crazy about robotics, go prepare, go deep into it, right? Whatever your passion is, because this is the time where costs are not involved. Whatever field you find, just go crazy in that. You want public speaking, don't think beyond the college. Like, what is the biggest platform you can do that public speaking, right? You like organizing things. What is the biggest festival in your college you can organize, right? And event management industries across the country. So think of superlative opportunities and just go for it, right? So giving all out that experience, opening up totally is something I want all of you to experience in a field of your choice. That is one. Second, I would have said travel, but situations are not supporting, right? So one beautiful experience I want to share in my college life, I traveled like inch of Varanasi. We took a project in my 3rd year where we were creating walking tours across the Varanasi along with the tourism department. So for that project, for 4 months, I traveled the Banaras extensively, like each and every corner, and met with really good, amazing locals who are very well knowledge. And that opened up so much in me and I sort of got interested in traveling, which made me travel almost 26 states and 5 countries when I'm in the college. So I travel most of it alone, where you go interact with people, explore, right? So this is something I found in my college. So traveling actually opened up so many dimensions for me. This is second thing I would say. The third thing I would say is try meditation, right? This might sound, blah 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 blah. What is this, etc., etc. It will improve the quality of your life, and it will make you more self-aware, right? Which will help you so much to go wherever you want in all the journey. If you see many successful people, they take it as a habit. When my seniors told me meditate, do all this stuff, I was like, ये तो बड़ों के लिए, like बुजुर्गों के लिए, not for me. I'm a sorted guy. That's the attitude I carried. But once I experienced with an open mind, I really found, my calling, right? So there are some things which are experientially learned. So this is, I would say. And fourth, I would say, find a good mentor. Find a really good mentor. That can make a lot of difference. Whomever you trust, go find a good mentor. So these are the 4 things I would say. But the first thing is super important. In my college days, Kashi Yatra is such a platform where I can go overall. Like I can go all out. I imagine, this is something I would do, right? So that will give you a huge opportunity to prove your talent and learn and improve yourself. So these are the four things I would suggest. And enjoy a lot. Enjoyment, having fun should be the side effect of all these things you do. So don't forget that.
With this, we come to the end of our session. We really thank you, sir, for spending your valuable time with us, and we all wish huge success for this iMumz app. We would love to see you soon, sir. Bye.
Thank you so much, Sarah and Nikhil. It's lovely interacting with you, and all the best to everyone who are in the college.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Have a great day.